In the summer of 1998, strange murders began in the Arkley Mountains, near Raccoon City. Victims were found torn apart, as if by wild animals. The local police were helpless. To investigate, the Raccoon Police Department sent in a special task force. The first unit, Bravo Team, disappeared shortly after entering the forest. Hours later, the Alpha Team was deployed to find them. Among them were Chris Redfield, Joe Valentine, Barry Burton, and Captain Albert Wesker. When they arrived, they found the wreck of Bravo Team's helicopter. Then, without warning, they were attacked by dogs. Joseph Frost was killed instantly. The survivors ran through the forest, chased by the creatures, until they reached an old mansion. That mansion would become their prison. Their nightmare had only just begun. Inside, the team split up to search for clues. At first, the building seemed abandoned, but deep within its halls, they found something terrible. A corpse that refused to stay dead. It was the first zombie they had ever seen. As they explored further, they discovered signs of the missing Bravo team. Rebecca Chambers, the team's medic, was still alive. Through her notes, they began to piece together the truth. This mansion wasn't what it seemed. It was a cover for a secret research lab owned by the Umbrella Corporation. Years ago, the mansion had been built by industrialist Oswell E. Spencer. Beneath its walls, Umbrella scientists were experimenting with a biological weapon called the T-virus. The virus reanimated dead cells, turning living beings into monsters. The experiments spiraled out of control. Researchers became infected. Creatures like hunters, giant snakes, and plant-like monsters roamed the halls. The mansion became a living laboratory full of traps, puzzles, and death. As the surviving STARS members descended deeper into the estate, they found documents revealing horrific details. The T-virus was being used to create a new life form, the Tyrant, a perfect bioweapon. But the greatest betrayal came from within. Albert Wesker, their own captain, was secretly working for Umbrella. He had led his team here as test subjects to measure how well Umbrella's creations could kill trained soldiers. Before leaving, he injected himself with a prototype serum to enhance his own abilities. Wesker unleashed the Tyrant, a towering humanoid monster with exposed muscles and a beating heart. But the experiment failed. The Tyrant turned on its creator and killed Wesker instantly. Chris, Jill, and the remaining survivors fought desperately to destroy the creature. They activated the self-destruct system and escaped to the surface. But just as they boarded the rescue helicopter, the Tyrant returned for one last attack. With a rocket launcher, they finally brought it down. Moments later, the Spencer mansion exploded, consumed by fire. The survivors watched in silence as the flames burned away every trace of Umbrella's nightmare. But even then, they knew this was only the beginning. Umbrella was still out there, and soon the infection would spread beyond the mountains into Raccoon City.